These have something I've never seen before. 2.4 gigahertz wireless over just Bluetooth. I doubt these are the first to have this feature, but are the first I have become aware of. IEMs and earbuds are becoming more popular in the gaming space. One, because they can be more comfortable for longer periods, they isolate noise well, and perhaps more importantly, are low profile, making them more attractive on camera when streaming or during voice calls and team meetings. They also don't leave any imprints in your hair and are extremely portable, as you can just slip this guy in a pocket and you're good to go. These also have a bunch of other great features such as high-res audio. Edifier did send these out for a review, but that won't bias my opinion in any way, shape, or form. Without further ado, let's get nerdy. So what's included? It comes with the earbuds themselves, the case, small, medium, and large rubber ear tips, a very short USB-A to USB-C charging cable, a nice soft case, 2 soft rubber charging port covers, and a USB-A to female USB-C adapter. Quickly going over the device itself, it is made from a metal, specifically zinc alloy, and feels incredibly high quality. It has some nice weight due to this. The earbuds themselves are plastic. They are touch capacitive with your typical functions of tapping twice to play pause, holding the left earbud to go back, holding the right earbud to go forward, and if receiving a call, you double tap to answer and hang up and hold to mute. Triple tapping the right earbud will switch from gaming to music mode. Quad tapping the left or right earbud will turn on and off lighting. On the top, you've got some writing. I know this is a weird thing to mention, but I mention it because before I realized that left and right was labeled, I got them mixed up a lot. And I mean a lot. You gain access to the earbuds by twisting this doohickey on the top, which provides a nice click and is perfect for those who have ADD or just like to fidget with things. They don't actually do anything other than hold the earbuds in place while in a bag because they are magnetic. The extra spot on the top is used for the USB-C 2.4 gigahertz wireless dongle. On the bottom of the device, you have the USB-C charging port. When you originally twist, you will see the sides light up, which is actually how much battery you have left. So in this case, between 33 and 66%. Last, on the bottom, you have another button. Double tapping will turn on off lighting. Single tapping will go through the different RGB options, which is pretty neat. Features that I think are worth mentioning are dual wireless mode, where you can use the 2.4 gigahertz wireless and Bluetooth at the same time, but you can only listen to one device at a time, which is a bummer, and I think something that they could also improve on. It does come with a cool, unique case that is made from metal with RGB lighting. It has fast charging, ENC dual microphone noise cancellation. Here's a quick test of the microphone. This is a quick recording of the Hectate GX05 recorded on my iPad to test the microphone quality, just seeing what it's like. I am in a controlled environment where it is quite quiet around here, and I've got semi-good padding, so it's probably going to be more of the ideal result, as I don't have a lot of things going on behind me, but I figured it would be a good test to see baseline of how good or bad this microphone is. Okay, now I am also on the Hectate GX05, but this time around I am connected via the USB-C transmitter to see if it improves the microphone quality at all or not. I would like to guess that it's going to sound better, but time will certainly tell. Again, this is recorded on my iPad Pro on just the normal voice memos app. Ultra low latency, up to 15 milliseconds, high-res audio with LHDC 5.0 HD decoding, supports up to 96 kilohertz or 24-bit, and SBC. I didn't have a device that could verify that. The frequency response is 20 Hz to 40 kilohertz or 40,000 Hertz, and it is Bluetooth 5.3. So, moving on to the actual use cases. Obviously, with Bluetooth, it will work on anything that supports that, but the USB-C dongle and adapter allows this thing to be used on anything that supports USB sound. I tend to use the USB-C the most often, as the pairing process is simple. You just simply plug it in and you're ready to rock. You also get better sound and lower latency, which I'm always for, but less battery life. I personally tried it on laptops, both Windows and Mac, iPad Pro, PS5, and a desktop PC without any issues. It was literally just I plugged it in and I was good to go. With Bluetooth, it's almost just as easy to get set up. You simply just twist the top and then you hold the bottom button until it starts blinking, as you can see, and then you can go into your Bluetooth settings and select Edifier GX05 and you're all set. Moving on to the battery, it's not great. The case has 16 hours. The earbuds themselves without lighting have up to 4.5 hours. With lighting, that is 4 hours. They do support fast charging. Most of my use was personally in the 2.4 gigahertz, as I mentioned, as it's going to have more bandwidth than Bluetooth is, so it's actually going to give you a lot better sound quality and just latency and just be superior pretty much in every aspect, except you can't go as far because if it's more prone to interference and stuff like that. And I did notice that there were times that it did drop out occasionally and come back, and distance and how much stuff was going on around me definitely played a part in that. Moving on to the gaming, there are two modes, game mode and music mode. I didn't do a ton of testing between these two, if I'm being honest, but game mode is automatically enabled with the USB-C dongle, whereas music for Bluetooth, so I left them at stock settings, as I figure that's what most people will do. I found that games felt immersive, as the tuning is more exciting, making everything feel alive. Best for single-player games. They did well at competitive games, where I was able to tell directions well, so I could hear if somebody was to my right or to my left, and how much to my right and left and stuff like that, or behind me. Footsteps weren't as easy to hear, and I couldn't tell how far or close, but was able to hear the nuanced sounds while gaming, and guns had good impact. And by nuanced sounds, I mean I'm able to pick up on like the water droplets that are happening from the pipe over there, or the buzz of like lighting or something like that the creators added into the game to add more realism and immersion. The same was true for music, as that went for immersion. This was mostly tested on Call of Duty and Escape from Tarkov. Moving on to music, so actually just listening to music, everything that I'm about to say here is improved with the USB-C 2.4 gigahertz, as the sound quality, as I mentioned earlier, is just better all around. But speaking from a Bluetooth perspective, as I figure, again, most people will be using these as Bluetooth when listening to music because it'll be connected to their phone. Bass is present, but not super impactful or accurate. It's there, but that's about it. But you definitely notice it, and it adds to the overall music. Mids are good and highs are crisp. Sounds are accurate. I'm able to differentiate between the different things that are going in the songs, as I mentioned, same with games. So, for example, if you have a bunch of instruments going in the past and vocals coming in and out, you're able to differentiate between the three. I say three, there's more than three, but you get what I'm saying. They are good for working out as they stay in place and get you kind of pumped up depending on the song, which I think means that it has more of an exciting tuning, that it's not going to be neutral, but it's going to be something that you're able to just, it's kind of in your face. But I don't see any official IPX rating, so it could damage them if you sweat a lot if you were working out with them. They don't have autoplay pause when you remove them and place them back into your ear, but for this price point, I'm not super, and with everything else that it does, that's not a super surprising finding for me. I have a hard time explaining what these actually sound like, as they just sound good. There isn't anything that makes them spectacular where my life has changed forever, but there's also isn't anything where I'm like, nah, I don't like this. So it is just pleasurable without any complaints, and I think most people are really going to enjoy them. And honestly, for most people, it's probably going to be a step up, unless if you already own really nice peripherals for sound, which to me is a big win, as a lot of the time, if I say something is good for gaming, music, or media, but these truly excel at all of them. I did not notice any latency issues when watching media on Bluetooth, but that will also depend on what codec you're using, as these do support aptX. I used an iPhone 14 Pro Max to test music mainly, so I was using AAC, which is in an inferior version, as it just doesn't have as much bandwidth, so it tends to not sound as good as if you're using aptX or something on Android. So you may actually find better sound quality on those devices than you would on my cell phone. But again, the USB-C dongle is going to be the thing that's going to give you the best sound quality out of all of them. So, moving on to the conclusion. The weight and quality of the case feels excellent and sets them apart from the competition. Just holding it in the hand and messing with it is a pleasant experience. I can't say more positive things about the unique case and RGB. I like that it holds the earbuds, but more importantly, the 2.4 gigahertz dongle, and is small enough to just fit in my pocket easily, and I'm good to go. It also lays flat on my desk, making it easy to manipulate without even picking it up. The soft case it comes with feels quality, snaps shut, which I love, and holds the adapter and earbuds well. The earbuds themselves are very comfortable, and I can wear them for long periods of time without any issues. Played multiple times with them, from being fully charged to them saying low battery, please charge. I do like that it actually has like a voice inside my head that actually announces when things are happening. I played multiple times with them being fully charged to them saying low battery, please charge, and forgot that they were in my ears. But I do have ears that tend to fit earbuds well. I did occasionally run into connectivity issues where they would cut out for a short period, mostly when gaming on my PS5, but I'm in a heavy saturated area as I have way too much tech just lying around and doing stuff all the time, so I'm not the typical use case in that sense. But I didn't have too many issues with that. As mentioned, I had a hard time putting the earbuds back into the case when I was done until I actually noticed that it says right and left and that the Hectate GX05 is on the bottom, so I just know, okay, to the right is to the right one, and the left is the left. Anyways, I'm spending way too much time talking about that thing. The controls are intuitive and easy once you learn them. I like that it announces things into your ears instead of using beeps, because I find that to be a lot more intuitive. So it will say like pairing mode or turned on or low battery or anything like that, or connected, and I just like that it actually says that. The voice itself isn't the best. It sounds a little processed and fake, but hey, I will, again, take a voice 10 out of 10 times over the stupid beeps. Overall, for the price and performance, the features are excellent. I found it a bit weird that they didn't always power on when I took them out of the case, but that was more of a 50-50 thing, making me have to actually hold the buttons to turn on, but do power off when you put them back inside of the case, and they do stick in there magnetically, as I showed before, of they're not coming loose, and then they will light up for a little while before they turn off, which can be a little frustrating if you're using them at night right before you go to bed, and then you turn them off. You'll have a light blinking constantly, even if you turn off the lighting on the back. The earbuds themselves will continue to blink. I would also have liked to have seen a longer battery life, is if you play for longer than 4 hours, they just won't make it through. Charging time is acceptable, about an hour to charge the case, and the earbuds themselves, overall, I enjoy these a lot. I'm not sure how they compare to other wireless gaming earbuds, as I haven't tried those, but have no real complaints here. I like that you can turn off the RGB lighting on both the case and the earbuds themselves and separately. In general, I like them a lot. I reach for them when I'm going to use earbuds, as that 2.4 gigahertz dongle really is legendary and has completely changed just the game, because there's a lot of times where I don't want to mess with a headset or I'm on a call or something like that, and these are what I reach for all the time, because again, you put these bad boys inside your ear, and most people aren't even going to be able to see that they're there, which I think is great. But then you can hear what they're saying without intrusion. If you end up picking these guys up, I would love to hear your thoughts on them down in the comment section down below. If you have any questions, the comment section's also got you, and I'll reply as soon as I possibly can. Moving on to the Daily Ponder, I like to try and overcomplicate things, where I have an incorrect belief that the more complicated something gets, the better it will perform and the better results I will get, when in reality, they don't actually lead to better results and often perform worse while leaving me exhausted. From my research and testing, I have found that sticking to the fundamentals and doing those things in an excellent way tends to yield the best results and saves me a lot of hard work and hassle. Basically, what I'm saying is, what are you doing in your life that is adding a lot of complication but not paying off in the end? And how can you simplify that and improve on those basics, as I think you'll find some improvement of quality of life. One example that is simplified and being added to make a point and not to give advice is working out. Squats, push-ups, deadlifts, pull-ups, crunches, and regular extended cardio are all basic exercises. But for most people, will get you 90% of the results you are looking for, both aesthetically and strength-wise, when done with perfect form until failure, and is all you need to be fit and healthy. Where other people think that, oh, well, I need to balance on a Bosu ball and do all these things, and I need to be able to run a mile in 5 minutes and do all this crazy stuff. And it's one of those like, yeah, you can do that if you're wanting to excel and that's like your life. But for most people, just doing the basics is going to get you most of the way of where you want to go. Anyways, if you like this video, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. And of course, if you've been following my content for a while, hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and week. God bless and peace out.